Hi everyone, today we are going to be creating a really soft and subtle smoky eye that's very quick and easy, very beginner friendly and suitable for all ages. My mum was actually the person who inspired this video today because we were chatting a few weeks ago about different makeup looks that my mum might want to try, and a smoky eye was the top of her list, but she had no idea where to start and what she would need, and she was a little bit intimidated by the whole process. She thought it would be a little bit too complicated and take too long. So I am here to prove my mum wrong. So hopefully she will have a go at this in her own home, and if all of you have the same opinion as my mum, the same wants and needs, but you're just a little unsure where to start, this video is for you. The palette that I'm going to be using throughout this entire video is from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Super Nudes Easy Eye Palette. It's a staple in my collection, heavily used. You get 6 different matte shadows. All of them are very pigmented and incredibly easy to blend, and that's exactly what you want your shadows to be when you're doing a smoky eye, because the easier they are to blend, the more simple the process is going to be. Again, you don't need this particular palette, just 3 different shadows that you have at home that are easy to blend, that are in those browny tones, and you're on to a winner. I am completely aware that my way of creating a smoky eye is a little bit backwards, completely different to that of a trained makeup artist and how they would probably share with you how to create a smoky eye. However, I do think that the way that I do it for a reason, because it's less messy, there's less blending, and because of that, it's a lot quicker and you get the same result. So, firstly, I like to use an eyeshadow primer or a concealer to cancel out any discoloration on the lids and smooth off the surface. I then take a powder and powder my lids in place. Now, this is incredibly important for me because you want to take away any tackiness that eyeshadow primer or the concealer has left on the lids. There is a possibility that your eyeshadow will stick to that dampness, and because of that, it will be harder to blend it out and take you longer. So, always powder the lids in place and then move on to the next step. I like to outline where I want my shadows to sit, so I take a light shade of eyeshadow, 1 to 2 shades deeper than my natural skin tone, no darker than that because I don't want to be blending until the end of time. Go from the corner of the eye towards the tip of the brow and then in again. I then take a fluffy brush and blend out the edges of the shadow that have just been laid slightly above the crease. I like to place mine slightly above the crease because I feel like this just gives my eye a bit more of a lifted effect and adds to that smoky look. If you are struggling to blend out the edges of the shadow, if you've picked a shadow that is slightly too dark and you're finding it incredibly difficult to get a smooth finish, take a little bit of translucent powder on that fluffy brush and just go in windscreen wiper motions, blending out that edge. That will dilute the shadow slightly and you'll find it easier to blend it out. Once I've created a nice blend, and it literally takes 10 to 15 seconds per eye, I then take the same shadow, a really light shade shadow, and take it all over the lid to the lash line. I then take a really deep brown shadow. Now, I find brown a little bit more flattering on me. You may want to use black if you're wanting to go a little darker, or you may be using a different color story altogether. You might be doing a purpley smoky eye or a green smoky eye. If you are using those shades, just go for the deepest that you can find and apply it all the way across the lash line. If you want a little bit more of a lifted, more dramatic look, you can wing that shade out at the edges as well. I always like to do this. I just think it's incredibly flattering on a more mature eye. I use the Refer 29 brush. It's revolutionized my eyeshadow liner game. You get a really crisp, clean line with this. It's very easy to apply. However, don't worry if you don't have this brush because you do not need to be neat at this stage because we are going to smoke it out with another shadow. Taking my Refer 03 brush, which is a pencil brush, I like to dip into a lighter brown shade. This is a slightly warmer tone. You can go for a cool tone if you want to. And then I like to smudge this over the liner that I've just created, just giving it that smokier edge. Then I go back to the first shadow that I used and just smudge everything together using that shade. Then straight away, I like to tightline both the upper and lower waterlines using my Makeup by Mario Master Pigment Pro in the shade The Perfect Brown, which seriously is the perfect brown. Super soft, incredibly flattering. And then to soften that off a little bit, I like to once again take the first shade that we used on a pencil brush and smoke out the outer half of the lower lash line. I like to concentrate on the outer half. You may want to go all the way across to the inner corner of the eye. I just find it's more flattering for me personally if I stop halfway across. Then I curl my lashes and then add a lick of mascara. I mean, who am I kidding? I add lashings of mascara. I just think it adds to the look. And that's it, a really quick and simple smoky eye that's suitable for beginners and all ages. Not that other smoky eyes aren't suitable for all ages. Everybody should do what they feel comfortable with, but I know a lot of people who've spoken to me in the past think that a smoky eye has to be done with black eyeshadow. Not that black eyeshadow can't look absolutely beautiful on anybody over 50. However, if you're wanting something slightly softer and more subtle, brown or other shades like green and plums are the way to go as far as I'm concerned. So if you are worried about going for that black, you don't need to use black to create a smoky eye. It's just not necessary. I really hope you've enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you have, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Please give this a go in the comfort of your own home. Makeup is fun, have a play around with it, see what you like and you don't. And if it goes wrong, either take a little bit of translucent powder and buff it out at the edges, or just wipe it off and start again. That's the fun of the whole process. If you have enjoyed this video, I've popped another couple of videos over here that I think you may enjoy. So check out one of those and hope to see you all in the next video. Bye everyone.